It's Halloween 2023 and it's going to be a cold one. What you need to know if you're heading out after dark tonight, plus we're tracking your trick-or-treat forecast hour by hour. And get ready for some of the coldest air of the season heading our way. Plus, carjacking crisis.
Guns, carjackings, 13-year-olds, recipe for tragedy.
Leaders working to stop the rise in violent and sometimes deadly carjackings across the region. What's to blame and how leaders plan to combat the growing problem. Plus, we're stretching your dollar this morning. The new and cheaper ticket options coming to Amtrak. And McFlurry Makeover. The change coming to one of the most popular items at McDonald's.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good morning. It is 6 o'clock now on a Tuesday morning. Starting off with a live look outside. It is Halloween, and after the warm weather we've been seeing, the colder air moving in. But thanks for starting your day with us here on DC News Now. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Yeah, good morning to you. I'm Corey James. Shanika, she's tracking the commute out there for you. She's going to have those updates on the roads, but Jackie's monitoring the forecast, and it is a bit chilly.
Yeah. Exactly. As you stepped out the door already, so you definitely want that heavier jacket this morning. Yesterday morning was very mild. This morning, not so much. Many of us are starting off now into the upper 30s to low to mid 40s, but at least in D.C. and areas south and east, we are starting off right around 50 degrees. We're seeing that right now in the district. But notice up towards Hagerstown, we're already have dropped into the upper 30s there. We're also seeing that in Martinsburg, Cumberland, and Kaiser. Lower 40s for Winchester and Woodstock. Still to the upper 40s, Culpeper, Orange, and Fredericksburg. We're still seeing a breeze, but even over the last 30 minutes to an hour, we're noticing that wind starting to peel back, and that will continue to be the case through the day today. But those winds right now mainly out of the north-northwest, ushering in the cooler air, and those winds sustained between 5 and close to 10 miles per hour. Still tracking a few rain showers, so lingering mainly south of D.C. out there this morning. These will continue to wind down as well. We'll see drier conditions prevailing throughout the rest of the day today. So again, just a few rain showers lingering over towards Fredericksburg and across southernmost parts of Maryland. Later on today, highs topping out low to mid 50s for your Halloween. Later on this evening, though, for those trick-or-treaters, make sure that they are bundled up. More details on just how cool it will get and the chillier air that will move in over the next couple of days coming up. Shanika, how are those roads?
All right, you're looking pretty good. So far, so good in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Here's Virginia. Here's 95 heading north and southbound right through Springfield and right before the Mixing Bowl. So the Capitol Beltway, you will see some delays in the later hours of the morning, especially on the inner loops on this side and near Braddock Road in Annandale. Other than that, you're looking good to go. You can see that flow right now. If you're heading southbound, you will see a disabled tractor trailer, so that could still be in the way right near the Lorton Road exit.
Thank you, Shanika. D.C. police releasing a photo of a second suspect in connection to an attempted carjacking in Northwest. This photo right here on your screen was captured by surveillance video. A 13-year-old boy was shot and killed in that attempted carjacking. He was shot by an off-duty federal officer when the suspect told him to get out of the car. Now, this all happened on the 600 block of D Street on Saturday night. If you recognize the person right here on your screen, you are asked to call police. And that all comes as the D.C. Council is reviewing violence reduction programs.
Yeah, district leaders say youth crime is troubling. According to police, 63% of carjackings this year involve children. The department says 74% of carjackings involve guns. Investigators say in Saturday's attempted carjackings, the off-duty officer told them the teen was holding his hand in one of his front pockets as if he had a gun. While police are still investigating the incident, the community is concerned.
Guns, carjackings, 13-year-olds, recipe for tragedy. And that's what we have.
What's really troubling, I think, to all of us is how so many juveniles seem to get their hands on these weapons.
What does that say about our programs? And more importantly, what does it say about our society today?
And Councilmember Christina Henderson said the district is resource rich, but coordination poor. She believes that can lead to deadly outcomes.
And turning now to a violent Halloween weekend across the U.S., we do know at least 5 people were killed, more than 25 injured in shootings in Indianapolis, Atlanta, Texas, and Kansas. In Chicago, at least 15 people were shot, 1 died. A deadly shooting in Tampa, Florida at a popular bar area left 2 dead and 18 injured. The family of a 14-year-old killed in that shooting is shocked.
Elijah Jaquan Wilson. He was 14 years old, at the wrong place at the wrong time.
It's like a dream. because I just never imagined him out of all people.
And police are continuing to investigate all of these shootings and warning people to remain vigilant. And safety is first in mind for a lot of people with plans to head out for Halloween tonight.
Yeah, that is important no matter what costume you wear. DC News Now's Lex Juarez is live this morning with some tips to keep you and all those kids safe out tonight. Lex, good morning.
Good morning, Corey and Tanaya, and happy Halloween. Check out this Halloween display behind me here. It wouldn't be 2023 Halloween without some Barbies around. I know I saw my fair share of Barbies over the weekend, and this entire house is a Barbie, themed just fun experience for people who are driving by. All treats and no tricks, and that's what we're wanting for our families here in the DMV and in DC over the course of tonight as they do head out to trick or treat. So some safety tips for parents: make sure that your kids are in bright reflective clothes. You want to make sure they have on comfortable shoes. You also want to make sure that you are keeping them in a familiar area and plan out a route with them before you head out the door. That route should be on sidewalks and crosswalks. We want to make sure to remind everyone not to be walking in the street tonight. And if you do want an alternative plan to trick-or-treating, DC Police does have 5 designated events that are going on tonight. Those are ranging from trunk-or-treating to haunted houses. They're going on at various times between 4 and 10 o'clock tonight. There is a list of those locations on your screen there. You can find the specific times on the DC Police website and on social media. And one last thing, of course, we want to make sure everyone is having fun tonight. As you take those pictures, please share them with us on social media. Here at DC News Now, we want to see what everyone dresses up as and how creative people get here in the city. Live in Georgetown, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
All right, Lex, thank you. Time right now is 6:06. Developing this morning, the CVS store on 8th Street in Northeast has a new policy to curb retail theft. That means some items are no longer out on the shelves. Instead, you have to ask an employee to get it for you from the storage room. The policy comes as thieves continue to leave shelves bare at CVS stores across D.C.
Prices are crazy. I just looked at some of the prices. I mean, I'm able to afford them, but there is a lot of people who is not able to afford it.
I understand that it's a problem in the district, but I think we have to look at it as a countrywide problem. And I think it's maybe a deeper problem as far as the economy.
A spokesperson for CVS tells us the company is working with DC Police and the DC Attorney General's office to break up several major shoplifting rings.
And General Motors has struck a tentative deal with the United Auto Workers Union. It comes several days after tentative agreements were reached with Ford and Stellantis. Under the deal, workers at all 3 companies will return to work pending votes on ratifying those agreements. And those votes will take place over the next 2 weeks. And the main provision of the deals largely the same for all 3 automakers. While this is a major breakthrough, not all auto workers in the area are ready to celebrate. It is still a waiting game at the Volvo-owned Mack truck plant in Hagerstown, where picket lines have been active for more than a month.
We want to make sure that we represent them and help back them in their striking efforts to be able to get a living wage and good retirement and their health care taken care of.
Now more than ever, it's so important that employees have power in the workplace. And so we're going to stand here with the union workers until their needs are met.
General Motors maintains it has bargained in good faith and is glad they reached a settlement. Mack truck workers continue to fight for a solution.
In Virginia, Governor Glenn Youngkin's administration is under fire after they wrongfully removed nearly 3,400 voters from voting rolls. Officials say the computer system incorrectly categorized probation violations as felonies. That means felons are not allowed to vote in Virginia.
I believe it's probably purposeful, but we need the federal government to come in to do an investigation.
What they have really done is create massive confusion. People don't know for sure whether they're on or off.
And a spokesperson for the governor declined to comment. They referred us instead to a statement last week stating they're working to fix the issue. All right, today marks 1 week away from Election Day.
That is right. Voters are expected to hit the polls on November 7th. Our Liberty Zabala live in Arlington this morning with more on some of the biggest races ahead. Liberty, good morning.
Good morning, Tanaya and Corey. Well, it's countdown to Election Day, and the Virginia General Assembly is up for grabs, so it could be the most closely watched race in the country. Now let's break down for you the key races on the ballot. Republicans are hoping to win a majority in both chambers of the state legislature, while Democrats are hoping to retake the House. Right now, the Virginia House is sitting at 50 Republicans and 46 Democrats, with 4 vacant seats. All 100 seats in the House and 40 seats in the Senate are on the line. Now, in Arlington, voters will decide 2 seats for Arlington County Board and 1 school board seat. Meanwhile, Board of Supervisor seats and school board seats are on the ballot in Fairfax, Loudoun, and Prince Williams counties. DC News Now spoke with Delegate Danica Rome, who is seeking a state Senate seat. She will face off against Republican candidate and former police officer Bill Wolf.
I'm ready to go on day one. Better today than it was 6 years ago, and it will only continue getting better.
And Virginia is now offering same-day voter registration. Same-day voters will use a provisional ballot. For now, live here in Arlington, Liberty Zabala, DC News Now.